Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and merciful. Tonight we gather here to celebrate the 5th annual Christmas dinner hosted by World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis. This tradition was started in 2013. It emanated from the feeling that we, the British Pakistani Muslims, who are part of the United Kingdom, the largest settlement outside the country, we should host and celebrate and become part of this, the biggest festive event of the year, and celebrate along with our Christian brothers and sisters from Pakistan and from the larger community. And this is the 5th year we gather here in peace. We join hands together to celebrate the festivity, the blessings, and togetherness. I'm Arif Malik, Executive Director of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis, and I'll be hosting tonight's evening along with Esther Das, who is Executive Member of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis. Before we say anything else, we have a somber moment. Yesterday in Quetta, the terrorists attacked again, and almost 9 to 10 people bled. Our hearts go all out for them. And before we start this evening, which in fact reflects the message why we are here tonight, we'll be observing 1 minute of silence to pay the tribute to all those who lost their lives yesterday in Quetta in Pakistan. May I request you to stand up and stand silent for a minute.
Thank you, Mr. Arif, and good evening to all of you who have made it today over here. Though our hearts are heavy because of the incident of terrorism in Quetta, where worshippers were attacked, but we are here to show and to reflect the resilience of Pakistani community. We are not going to be, we won't give way to the wave of hatred or division that was probably the purpose of those who inflicted that on a community. And I think that was not only an attack to our Pakistani community, Pakistani Christian community, it was the attack on Pakistan's color, it was the attack on Pakistan's diversity, love and light. So I think we are here together to celebrate light because we believe Jesus is the light of the world. So we are here together holding hands and carrying on with this tradition that WCOP started 5 years ago, and I'm very proud as a Pakistani Christian to be part of WCOP, and I'm really thankful for all of you who have showed up today to show solidarity and to keep up and stick to the tradition that we started. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy rest of the event with us.
So we are blessed to have a great friend of Pakistan. We'll be opening up from him, in fact. We are grateful that he could make it. He has been actually a staunch supporter of Pakistan, a strong friend. He has been actually, when he has been in the British Parliament, he has been very active voice, and we are so glad that he's here. Taking advantage of his presence, we'll be opening up with Dave Anderson MP from our Scotland, our Scottish friend.
Newcastle. Played in Newcastle. Yeah. I'll just start by saying thank you for insulting me because I'm from England, not Scotland. I might sound Scottish, but I was born at least 50 miles south of the border.
But Dave, we believe on United Kingdom. So
It's certainly United
Scotland
Kingdom.
is our heart.
Oh, I have no problem with Scotland, just some people may well have. It's a tremendous opportunity to be here tonight. Great privilege. I was just down here today to see Mushtaq because I've recently retired from Parliament, just to do some tying up the ends on the work we did in Third World Solidarity. A lot of work which was with the Pakistani community, but also with communities from all over the world, and it's a real privilege. I really don't think that some of my colleagues in Parliament realise what very, very lucky people we are being members of Parliament. We have the opportunity to do great things, and sometimes we do them, and a lot of time we don't do them. But we should take advantage of the positions we hold. And one of the great things that I've always believed in is that it doesn't matter what colour you are, what part of the world you come from, we're all human beings under the skin. And if we forget that, we do so at our peril. And at this time of the year, we should remember it more than ever, because we know that quite clearly in the Christian tradition, one of the reasons why Christ was murdered was because of the colour of his skin, because he wouldn't give in to the demands of the Roman Empire. So I believe that between us we have a bond which is the fellowship of human beings, and we should celebrate that and commemorate that. And remember, through the hard times, which there will be plenty of hard times, unfortunately, there's far too many people in this world who will take advantage of the differences between us. They'll exploit those differences, as we've seen far too often in the last few years, with some of the attacks on our own streets, let alone the tremendous impact that sadly a lot of British people don't know, the impact that the Pakistani community have had back home as a result of the wars that we in the West got involved in places like Afghanistan and Iraq. And we need to be very, very clear that no nation suffered more than the Pakistanis did in those intervening wars between them now, and sadly it's still going on. We've got a long way to go to put that right, and I do believe, without being too political, that we haven't really got the people in place at this moment in time to do that. I think, you know, some of the things that have come from the White House in the last few weeks have been anything other than helpful in terms of building bridges across the world. So it's down to people like us who do want to take up that fight to say, yes, we will stand up for peace, reconciliation, because ultimately what's the alternative? Death and destruction. We've had too much of that, particularly in the last century. So hopefully we can go forward together and work for a better world and build a better world, and one based on justice, democracy and peace. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas.
So raise your glasses and expectations for our next speaker, who is the president of WCOP, that's World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis. Please put your hands together for Dr. Suhail Chugtai.
Thank you, Esther. Esteemed guests, we really respect your presence. You add such a flavor. You draw a scene, an ambience of interfaith harmony, and that is amazing. And this connects me to a memory some years back when I was in Hillingdon Hospital training as an orthopedic senior house officer. And there's a South Hall community nearby. As you walk into that, you can see lots of multi-ethnicity there. So I was on a Sunday morning, I saw 4 elderly people sitting in a park on a bench. And one of them was my patient. He was a Sikh. So as I ran past, I stopped and I asked, what are you doing here? He said, look, he introduced all of them. One was a Muslim, a Hindu, a Parsi, and himself a Sikh. So I said, what are you doing here? He said, look, our grandchildren are playing, and we accompanied them. So grandchildren were playing just across. And that image stuck to my mind, that this is beyond any religion. It's social norms to treat people, to treat with love. And I said, what's the plan for the day? He said, look, our sons and daughters, they're cooking food at home, and we're having a lunch together every Sunday. That turn rotates between 4 of us. And that thing has struck me, and I can see that today, that we are still meeting up as interfaith, as cultures together. And I'm so thankful that some interfaith promoting organizations, in particular World Peace and Prosperity Foundation, Francis Stainton and Prince Mohsen Ali Khan are here to reflect their interest in this concept of WCOP. Then we have also the CEO Club UK Chairman, Dr. Tahir Akhtar, today here, who has extended the CEO International Club, again a multi-ethnic business community, into UK. So we're very thankful, Dr. Tahir Akhtar, you're here today, and also many other organizations, including Mushtaq Lashari Sahab, very vocal, very passionate what he does for Third World Solidarity Organization, and many others. Thank you very much for all joining us today. I want to mention something very important here today. You know, Gary, there was a guy called Gregory Chase and Elon. They did a meta-analysis of studying the cultures and the social histories of countries who were successful. And they found that the religious freedom and interfaith harmony directly equates with financial prosperity of a nation. So the interfaith harmony and religious freedom, they are proportional to the prosperity of that country. I mean, look at the 10 nations, top 10 nations in the world. 7 of them promote interfaith harmony, and that's in their constitution and mandate. So that transpires and ripples into the cultures of the people. It's a habit of this country, in this country, in America. You can't insult someone on the grounds of religion, because the mandate of the government is making you very clear directive, giving you a clear directive that you cannot insult someone on the grounds of religion. So the government has to do something more in the countries where there is no religious freedom or interfaith harmony. Now, what is the otherwise effect? If there is no interfaith harmony, what happens? People who are threatened, they get together. They are marginalized, so they get together and they react. And when they overreact, that leads to political instability and unrest. A country cannot progress with unrest. In Russia, back in 1930, I think, they limited the quota of Jews students in universities. What happened? Jews started immigrating. The top brain drain happened in Russia. They started settling in Western Europe, in Israel, other places. Russia lost many of the talented people. So it's very important that we understand this concept. And this book, you must read, it starts with a Quranic verse of Gregory Chase and Elon. It says in Quran, Surah Baqarah, verse 256. Surah Baqarah, verse 256 says clearly, there is no compulsion in religion. Religion does not have any compulsion. That's Quranic saying. Why are we imposing anything on people? I take religion as source of strength. Like, as an orthopedic surgeon, probably I give example of spine. You know, you stand up because of religion. You're falling down, you lost everything. Religion is your spine which gets you back. Standing up, there's a hope. You wake up with a hope because your religion gets you back into, or your faith, whatever faith is. It's light. When you walk in a dark place, you want to turn the light on in a room. Do you ask the brand of the light? Is it Philips or Hitachi? You want light. Whatever brand, whatever religion that is, brand is less important than what it gives you. It gives you direction, it gives you orientation, and that is what religions are for. And there's more need of interfaith harmony and interfaith dialogue. Like we are getting together here, we're talking to each other. There should be more need for this dialogue, because the dialogue in the past has been based on winning argument. Please remember, that's not dialogue, that's a debate. We must differentiate the interfaith dialogue from debate. It should be a dialogue to understand what is my sensitivity, what they should not trespass, what I should not trespass. And that is important to understand. Dialogue should be constructive, and dialogue should be meant to understand, not to win argument. If the people entering a dialogue imagine that one of us is right only, that's not a dialogue, that's a match of arguments. So we must differentiate ourselves from that. So I just want to say one thing more, that World Congress Overseas Pakistani's initiative of Sayyid Qamar Raza and Arif Anis Malik, before I joined, when we discussed the first thing, what we should promote multiculturalism beyond any religion. And we've done this for the last 5 years, and we'll keep doing it as long as you keep supporting us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. The World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis has the honor to have diverse members in its cabinet, in its board of governors, along with the chairman, Sayyid Qamar Raza. We have two Christian board members. One of them is our well-known friend, Rana Yawab Khan, who has been an advisor to the Archbishop of Canterbury. Usually, in the last 4 years, he has been our main host, who has been a great support, but he has been transferred to Wales in the line of duty. So he is sending his best regards. And actually, at this moment, we cannot forget our Christian friends who are reverends, who are actually the torch bearers, who are the community elders. So we have the honor and privilege of having with us Reverend Robinson Asghar, who is representing actually the Christian community from Pakistan, and who is going to take the stage now. So a big round of applause, Reverend Robinson Asghar.
Good evening, dear guests, fellow members of the WCOP, the chairman, the president, and the executive director, and the honorable guests. I take this privilege to thank you for this event on behalf of our Christian community. I remember the last 2 years, I attended the event, and they were very largely attended, and I was really very thankful for all this effort which was being done by the World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis, and especially the Christians being represented in this organization. This gives us a lot of courage as well, that we in UK are also represented, being Pakistani Christians settled here. Today, before I go further for a couple of minutes, as Esther said, we are here with a bit heavy heart, what happened in Quetta. And honestly speaking, I never ever blame the majority community for that, because the majority community is suffering maybe more than us. Although we do have reservations on certain discriminations, certain other things, but that is a matter. I've traveled to more than 30 countries, and I see minorities everywhere have problems. People who are in minority do face various sort of discriminations. Maybe in Pakistan we face a little bit more, but that is another issue. Today we are here to celebrate, and we are celebrating along with our dear friends and Muslim brethren who have organized this, and I once again thank them for this time of celebration together in oneness of spirit. And the word of God very clearly says, it is not, God did not say that He so loved the Christians. It is written, God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, so that whosoever believes in Him should not perish but have eternal life. And today, being a servant of Lord Jesus Christ, I will also take this opportunity that we must share this love which God showed. And we must share the same love with each other, irrespective of color, creed, and wherever we come from. And this day, I really want to encourage each and every one of who is here to take back home this message of love. Showing our love is showing the trait of our God. And I always say, and I will just finish with this, that if you want to determine any religion, the base of any religion, and what they believe in is, first see what their God says, then what their prophet or their apostle says, then what their book says, and then what their followers are doing. And you will clearly see the religion in all these four places. And I believe that Christianity is a religion of peace, love, and sharing that love. And Jesus Christ came to share that love. And thank you very much for giving this opportunity that we can share this love with you. God bless you all.
Thank you.
I introduced myself as a Pakistani Christian. And there is another thing about me, that I'm a woman, in case you don't know. So this is one thing that takes my cloth when I see that some organizations are there that really are supporting women and working on women empowerment. And WCOP is one of that. This is one reason that it claims my loyalty. So women are quite active in World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis, and the chapter for the international chapter of Women World, WCOP Women World, has been just been launched last month, and it was attended by Secretary of State for Education, and we have gem of women there, and I am very honored to invite two of them today who are here and who would like to say something about their experience of being connected with Pakistani Christian, not only here but in Pakistan. So my first speaker is Mrs. Naheed Rizvi. Could you please put your hands together?
Well, as you can all guess, we reached here late because we were going round in circles. There was no place to park, but anyway. Only a few days ago when we were organizing this event, we were so happy because we were going to celebrate it as Reverend said that the way we celebrated it last year. But only 2 days ago, our hearts were torn to pieces again when we heard the sad events of Quetta. And I can only but thank WCOP still managing to go ahead with this little gathering so that we can not only celebrate this beautiful season of goodwill among Christians and Muslims and being here, British Pakistanis, but also we can remember all the people who have lost their lives. I would like to extend my gratitude to that God who gave his life and saved so many, like they always do. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. My name is Faiza Rizvi. I am a member of World Congress of Overseas Pakistani Women's Group. What I would like to say to this wonderful people getting together is that let this be the beginning of a partnership of working together for the humanity, be it in Pakistan, be it in UK, be it in Yemen or in Sri Lanka. I would like to, on behalf of WCOP Women's Group, would like to encourage you to come and work with us. We have a number of charitable projects which individually we are working on, and anything we can do to promote harmony within the community, to promote living side by side each other and respecting each other's views and respecting each other's celebration and celebrating together. Thank you very much.
Holy night, all
Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. O Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Sleep, sleep, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep, sleep, sleep in heavenly peace.
I would request Mayor Francis Denton to join us here and express our feelings about tonight's event.
Good evening, everybody. It's a great honour and it's a great joy for me to be with you again because, in fact, when I first came, I was the Mayor of Hammersmith and Fulham in 2013, which was your very first time that you celebrated this evening. So I feel honoured to be asked again to talk, but now with a slightly different aspect, because Prince Mohsin Ali Khan, who is sitting in front of you, was then one of my consorts, and we got together and we thought about a charity that we really wanted to start. And that was the World Peace and Prosperity Foundation. His idea, that's been his idea for probably 60, 70, nearly 80 years perhaps. Most of his life he's been a man of peace, a man of love, a man who wants to spread that inspiration to everybody. Because we are all one community, and we do love this situation you have here, which so many of you expressed, that we're underneath whatever religion we're in, we're all human beings, we all need to have a spiritual life as well as a physical life. And I'm delighted that we're celebrating this together tonight, and long may it carry on for. Thank you.
Thanks for your crisp and short words. We also have another friend, Dr. Tahir Akhtar, who is chairman of the CEO Club. Actually, Dr. Akhtar has been very active with a few of the most influential companies and their chief executives. So I would like him to share his feelings about tonight's event, and also how Pakistani Christians, they celebrate Christmas wherever he has interacted with them. So in a big round of applause, Dr. Tahir Akhtar.
Thank you very much. I'm very humbled, and really it's a great honor, it's a privilege indeed to be here, sharing my thoughts, sharing with you the celebration of Christmas, sharing with you the joy that it brings, not only to one religion, but to us all around the world. So I represent today not only the Christian and the Muslims, but all faiths from all over the world, being involved in now 76 countries with more than 16,000 of our members who are all looking to get to one place. One place is peace. And peace is what I see here. And I'm very grateful to see some great friends here under their patronage. And thank you very much, Dr. Sohail. All I say, let's all be together, because that's what gives you the win. And we are all here to make sure that all humanity wins. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. When it comes to community, then one name we cannot forget, one of our veteran friends and a torchbearer of building bridges. And we all know him. We are talking about Mushtaq Lashari, with many honors to his credit. So as we are about to finish, we'd like him to actually share in the last 3 or 4 decades since he has been in the UK, how Pakistani Christians and Muslims have been interacting together, and about tonight's event. Mushtaq Lashari, sir.
I think I was very pleased when you invited Dave Anderson to say a few words. I follow him because I'm a Pakistani Geordie who can't speak the Geordie. So I'm one of the honorary member of Bladen constituency, where he was a member of parliament. But I tell you what I bring here. My religion is humanity. I believe in human beings. So any faith or non-faiths are my friends. So let's work together, because we live in a very cruel world today. The cruel world because on one side, what is happening in Myanmar is eye-opener for us. On one side, the people who did the atrocities to human beings in Bosnia are being punished and are taking the poison to kill themselves in front of the court, that we were doing our duty. The same soldiers in Rohingya are killing today human beings. And knowing this, that these atrocities are happening, a biggest power of the world, elected president, says that I am taking my embassy in Israel to Jerusalem, which is a disputed territory. I think it is a shame that today, in a democratic world, the biggest and strongest power of the world can not only ignite the differences, but create a very big flaw. So let's work together to neutralize these sort of differences. Third world solidarity stand for humanity, peace, justice, and tolerance, because you cannot get the peace without justice. And let's try to do the justice to the human beings, that we can all leave this world better for our children and grandchildren. Thank you very much, World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis, for bringing us into a wonderful place, which is a place for peace and reconciliation. Thank you, Qamar Raza Sayyed and your team. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we are approaching the last speaker, and the last speaker is here actually to offer his vote of thanks and also make a very important announcement. We have been actually invited by the Archbishop of Canterbury to celebrate the next Christmas with him. So, but this is something which our chairman is going to announce. Sayyid Qamar Raza is the founder and the chairman of the organization, and one person whose passion has touched almost all of our lives, and almost everyone is aware what he believes into. With your big round of applause, Chairman WCOP Sayyid Qamar Raza.
Thank you very much, Dr. Arif Malik. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear Reverend, former MP Dave Anderson, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. First of all, I will pay my tribute to the innocent lives lost in Quetta yesterday. This further reflects the importance of us getting together and joining hands against, further reflects an importance of us madness, hatred. Our hearts bleeds with the victims of their families. We pray that no such a dark day comes again when we have to cry for our loved ones. On behalf of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis and on my own, a very heartily welcome to you all for gracing your presence and joining the celebration of the biggest festive event of the world. WCOP launched the tradition of annual Christmas dinner from 2013 as a collective celebration of diversity. Between the mainstream community and minorities. The annual dinner engaged the mainstream community from the UK, including the parliamentarians, writers, academics, media persons, and think tanks, expert with attendance from diverse faith and beliefs. These dinners attract support and blessing from the Archbishop of Canterbury, the British Prime Minister Theresa May, former British Deputy Prime Minister Nick Clegg, Baroness Saida Warsi, Right Honourable Simon Hughes, and the several other faith, multi-faith and non-faith organizations. The Christmas dinner is the feast of celebration hosted by the British Pakistanis, Muslim and Christians in the honor of people of faith and non-faith from the United Kingdom. As YouGov survey we conducted in 2013, we found out that the British Pakistanis are almost twice more entrepreneurial than native British and other nationalities in the UK. And I must say Pakistan and Pakistanis are much more than the stereotypes and myths associated with them. The same YouGov survey found out that the personal contact happens to be the biggest mode of smashing these stereotypes. That's why we invited you to this Christmas dinner, so that we get in touch and you could see it for yourself that British Pakistanis stand for. As you may know, Christmas is celebrated with a great festive spirit in Pakistan. We thought to join the mainstream community in celebration in the UK as well. I'm massively thankful to the speakers of tonight evening for their excellent thoughts on the building bridges of understanding and common grounds. I'm indebted to the members of Board of Governors and WCOP member executive team and WCOP member Board of Governors to investing their time and walking extra miles to make this event happen. This bridge of understanding is built on their sweat and toil. And I must not forget our friends in media and press who reach out to you and spread our message of peace and hope. A very warm, happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. We look forward to seeing you for the 6th Christmas dinner in Lambeth Palace along with the Archbishop of Canterbury. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. And this brings us to the closure of tonight's event. While Sayyid Qamar Raza briefly touched it, but we have been invited by the Archbishop of Canterbury to host actually the next Christmas dinner, which is going to be the 6th Christmas dinner at the Lambeth Palace. So this is going to be the special Christmas dinner, and we hope that most of you would be joining us over there. With your support, which is the most important asset throughout this journey, we plan to continue. Now, we have a very, I should be silent in respect of the hammer. We have a prince with us. Most of us are familiar, Prince Mohsin Ali Khan from Hyderabad. Prince, His Excellency wants to present a token of gratitude, a gift to the chairman and the president of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis. So I would request His Excellency Sayyid Mohsin to come over to the stage, and chairman of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis and president of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis to receive the memento. Prince Mohsin Ali Khan, with his gift for the chairman and president of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis.
Besides this, I have miscarried intervention in 1954. I'm very happy that this message is going all over the world. equally thankful. A dynamic person like Dr. has started with cancer and all the support, regardless to their practice. And this time I'm here to appreciate Dr. And I want to give a small gift from World Peace and Prosperity Foundation. It's a lovely piece, and there are only two statues, one in Hyderabad, one in Greece. If you look at here, one, you don't know what is behind that. You will see the lady. Now when you see the gentleman and the lady, this is a piece of art. And you are to see this, a humble problem.
Big round of applause for Prince Masuri Khan presenting it, a memento to Sheikh Kamar Raza and Dr. Sirtul Khan. Thank you so much, Prince, and Your Excellencies, MPs, Members Board of Governors, all of those who have been a great support tonight, our Members Board of Governors. I wouldn't actually finish it without personally acknowledging Shafat Hussain, Member Board of Governors, Barrister Gul Nawaz Khan, Member Board of Governors, Tariq Suleiman, Member Board of Governors, along with all the supporters, all those amazing people who have been here. And yes, and particularly those volunteers who have been great support. I would mention Saroj being here, the children and all those who supported. So a big round of applause for everyone actually who supported this event. And we look forward to coming together in the next December.
آج یہ ورلڈ کانگریس آف اوورسیز پاکستانی کی طرف سے جو کرسمس ایوننگ اور ڈنر منعقد کیا گیا، یہ ہمارا 5واں ڈنر ہے، اور میں سمجھتا ہوں اس چیز کی اشد ضرورت ہے تاکہ ہم پیار محبت اور ایک برج بٹوین کرسچن کمیونٹی اینڈ مسلمز اس کو ہم گیدر کر سکیں.
WCOP کی طرف سے آج جو یہ کرسچن کمیونٹی کے لیے ڈنر کا اہتمام کیا گیا، میں اس کو ایک بہت اچھی اور احسن اقدام سمجھتا ہوں. پچھلے 2 پروگرام بھی پچھلے 2 سالوں سے میں نے اٹینڈ کیے اور پارٹیسپیٹ کیا، اور اس میں میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ آج یہ نہایت ہی ضروری ہے آج کل کے حالات میں کہ جو ایک تفریق پیدا ہو چکی ہے، جو ایک مذاہب میں ایک ڈیوائیڈ پیدا ہو رہی ہے، اس کو ہم اس محبت سے، اس پیار سے ایک دوسرے کے ساتھ رہتے ہوئے اور ایک دوسرے کو ان کے تہواروں پہ اپریشیٹ کرتے ہوئے، ان کے مذہبی جذبات کا احترام کرتے ہوئے ہم اس رواداری میں چلیں جو ہمارے مذاہب ہمیں سکھاتے ہیں. اور کرسچن کمیونٹی کا یہ جو پیغام میں سمجھتا ہوں وہ پیار کا پیغام ہے، محبت کا پیغام ہے جو ہمارے مسیح نے دیا. اور میں WCOP کی ساری اس ایفرٹ کے لیے میں شکریہ ان کا ادا کرنا چاہتا ہوں، اور کہ وہ ہمیشہ ہمیں یاد رکھتے ہیں. لنڈن میں رہتے ہوئے ایک اچھی روایت انہوں نے قائم کی ہے، اور میں اس کے لیے ان کا تہہ دل سے شکر گزار ہوں.
WCOP ہر سال کی طرح اس دفعہ 5ویں جو سیلیبریٹ کر رہے تھے، یہ مہینہ 2 لحاظ سے جو ہے وہ بہت اہم ہے. ایک تو اس مہینے میں دسمبر میں حضور صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم پیس بی اپون ہم، ان کی برتھ ڈے سیلیبریٹ ہوئی ہے 2 ویکس پہلے، اور ابھی 25 کو اس سلسلے میں حضرت عیسیٰ علیہ السلام کی برتھ ڈے جو ہے وہ بھی اس مہینے کے اندر ہے. تو اس لحاظ سے یہ مہینہ بہت متبرک ہے. ساتھ ہی جو انسیڈنٹ ہوا ہے کل پاکستان کے اندر، کوئٹہ کے اندر، میں اس کو بہت زیادہ کنڈیم کرتا ہوں. میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ ہیومینٹی تو ہے ہی ہے، اسلام میں کسی بھی لحاظ سے الاؤ نہیں ہے کہ انوسینٹ کو اس کو مارا جائے یا کل کیا جائے. تو ایسے لوگ جو اسلام کے نام کے اوپر، ریلیجن کے نام کے اوپر ایسا کرتے ہیں تو وہ بہت بڑی غلطی کے اندر ہیں. ان کو ریویو کرنا چاہیے اپنے اس مذہب کو. تھینک یو.